What's up, everybody? I just want to throw this video out for the community because I just went through hell with this car. So I got my 22 M240i. You know, it's the same exact engine, the B58TU motor, the Gen 2 motor. Same thing in the Supra, same thing in the M340, M440i. You get it. So, one thing to state right now, whoever is going to be running boost more than 20 psi, so basically more than factory, you want to make sure that you get your PCV ports blocked off, because I clearly was not informed too well. I mean, I am new to the B58 game, which nobody's at blame. I mean, it's just me making mistakes. But you need to make sure that you get your PCV ports blocked off before you go big boost. I mean, there's those preventative maintenances that everybody does before they go big power. This got to be one of the top 5s that you have to do. So I was running the black market race catch can. Great setup, by the way. I had everything ventilated perfectly. We got the car on the dyno doing some pulls. We came to find out, you know, we did one of our pulls, and all of a sudden I saw oil just shoot out of my engine bay. You know, we went, checked out the engine bay, you know, checked everything around. Eventually we found out that oil was shooting straight out of the catch can. So I was like, oh shit. You know, first thing comes in our mind is, okay, piston rings are shot, you know, oil rings, ring line failure. So we did a compression test. We got 175 across the board, inspected every single spark plug. Everything looked perfect, you know. So had to remove the car from the dyno. But we'll state that when the car was, after I cleaned up everything and restarted the vehicle, absolutely no smoke coming out of the exhaust. You know, there was a little smoke when the oil shot out, because the catch can is right in front of the turbo, so it went straight through the turbo and out the back. So smoked a little bit. But anyways, did further diagnostics and, you know, inspected a whole bunch of things, made sure there's no oil that got shot out from somewhere else. But it all came down to catch can getting pressurized for some reason. So I didn't do a leak down test yet, and I was like, you know what, considering, you know, after talking to the forum, you know, people on the forums on Facebook, you know, watching Kern's videos, shout out to Kern, that guy does some crazy videos that are amazing. Come to find out that it's very, very possible that we got excessive, you know, boost going through these ports. It's these 3 right here. That's where those pins go. PCV ports that come from the cylinder head into those. So what ended up being my case, let me turn on my light, is the PCV system, the back area of this, on this valve cover, as you could see, a crazy long hairline crack. Look at that. I can literally, let me get a better angle. I can literally push, let me see. I can literally push that thing in and out. Look at, there you go. Look at that. Completely shattered. And you want to know why I didn't do a leak down test yet? It's because the first thing I did was, hey, let's run a boost leak test through this. Let's see if we're going to build pressure, because obviously if this valve cover is cracked, you're going to build no boost, because you have direct air pressure coming from, you know, the manifold straight into these 3 ports. So we did that, and absolutely zero boost was built, and all I felt was air coming out of the oil cap, and also the little side breather, whatever it is on this thing. Side breather as in this one. So it was just blowing straight out of there. And my first thought in my mind was, okay, so instead of jumping to the conclusion of, okay, the engine's blown, because that's what I honestly thought at first. You know, everyone's going to freak out after a dyno blow. But anyways, we just went ahead. I already ordered the pins. I got those pins that are like $300. They're pretty pricey, but we'll see if they're worth it. So I ordered those up. I did order up a valve cover. Some companies, some people claim that if you're running the delete, you don't have to buy it, but I'm sorry, I'm not running this cracked up piece of shit in my car for this thing to one day shatter into my engine and blow my engine over a $400 valve cover. So got the valve cover ordered, and also got those pins ordered up. But this is the catastrophic failures that you will see 100% if you do not do this. I mean, it really doesn't take much. I mean, it's a little cost effective, but would you rather pay $600, you know, in parts, or would you pay $9,000 in a Gen 2 used engine that's probably going to be high miles? So don't be an idiot like me. Don't chance it. I mean, let me give you another view from where the hairline crack started. Literally right there. As you can see, we're leading back. We got a crack going right here behind that dowel. We got a crack right there. We got a hairline just going all across the edge of there. And as you see, it literally stops right here at this membrane. So all I'm saying is, and I'm looking out, I'm strictly did this video just to look out for the community, because I see everybody posting up on Gen 1s, and there has literally been not a single person who has posted about the Gen 2. I mean, I get it, they're about the same thing, but I'm sorry guys, it's not the same valve cover as a Gen 1. The Gen 1 has a replaceable PCV cap that's round, that's about, I'm sorry, I think it's, how am I looking at this? Oh, it's about right here. This is like the PCV system, I believe. Yeah, this is the little internal piece that, you know, that they have on the Gen 2s. But the Gen 1s, you can remove them and replace them. But still, even though they're replaceable, I mean, there is countless amount of people who have had literally all this piece, all these brittle, shitty plastic just shatter up and shoot all inside the engine. I mean, it's plastic. It probably won't do crazy harm, but hey, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to see this plastic in my engine crack up and then potentially damage a bunch of like bearings or piston rings, or, you know, like bearings, camshaft surfaces. Like, just don't risk it, ladies and gentlemen. This is literally such a relief for me right now. I'm just waiting on my parts right now. You know, this is, I will put down links for where I got the valve cover and where I got the pins from. And yeah, so just to be clear, if you are going to boost your car over 20 psi, which almost everybody does, just have the due diligence. Don't be an idiot like me and get your pins done. And there's also countless, there's a few ways to get this done, but I think for the Gen 2 guys at least, this has to be the easiest way to do it. I mean, the pins literally retain. It's a matter of 3 pins, and you just basically like lightly tap them into the cylinder head, and then those pins will slide, when you put the valve cover on, they will slide straight into these holes. So, but yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. But here's the first video of a Gen 2 with these issues, and also just to give you guys a rundown of the symptoms again. I had absolutely no smoke out of the exhaust, nor did I have it out of the valve cover. I mean, the car was running, I opened the cap, put my hand, you feel no smoke. You even rev the engine hard if you want to, you will feel no smoke. It's only when you get into boost, you get the smoke, and you have to think about it as well. Like, there was absolutely no boost being built on this car. Like, we're literally talking 0 boost once I pressure leaked this car. Like, if I was to push it, I honestly think I would have broken that plastic. It would have went into my motor, and then I'd have to do a motor. So it's like, let's not do that. Let's make sure that we go through these things. And the first thing to diag, by the way, you know, throughout this is just perform a boost leak test. First, do your, you know, you can do your compression test as well. If those look clear, do your boost leak test. But honestly, for someone who doesn't have too many crazy tools, I would start off with the boost leak test. And if you're seeing no pressure and you're feeling air out of here, get that valve cover removed and inspect that backside of that PCV. Inspect everywhere. I mean, you can even check the outside and check. Sometimes some people get hairline cracks out here. But just make sure you inspect everything, you know. Don't be an idiot like me. I mean, I assume the worst all the time. I have a bad habit. But, I mean, you can't blame me when I was throwing a whole bunch of boost, you know, at my car. So just make sure you get those pins done. Also, I believe Black Market Race is coming out with a set of pins that are going to be very affordable. I think they're going to be less than $200. He's right now in the process on it. They should be ready next week, as he told me. So, you know, big shout out to everybody who helped me out with this. Like, I got so much advice. I heard from so much members on the the B58 discussion page. You know, shout out to Kern. I was watching a bunch of his videos on the whole PCV system, and you know, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I do another video and dissect this valve cover? Because I honestly don't mind pulling out my Dremel and cutting out this thing and just showing you guys exactly how it looks in here. But anyways, you know, just do this. Like, let's not have a bad moment on the dyno and also waste money. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. You know, I don't do videos typically, but I want to help everybody out. And if people want more videos, honestly, I will do them. I do cars all day. This is my hobby. But anyways, guys, keep it real. Thank you.